Right, good morning, team. Good morning. Hello, good afternoon, whatever time zone you may be in. It's great. We get people from everywhere. It's awesome. Right, we'll just make sure our picture is right. Yeah, there we go. I think that's us. I think that's us. Okay, brilliant. Here we are. Right, good morning. Hello, team. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to today. I always look to make sure that, yes, we can see it if I make it large. Power strokes today. So I thought we'd do another power stroke workout. Something to add to the repertoire of your training. This is something that I think is really good to incorporate into like a normal training program as some resistance work. Um, it can be supplemented really well. Because obviously the machine is designed to do different stuff like the power strokes and a little bit of speed work and bits and pieces. So it is good every now and again to come down a little bit off just the general working it along, fitness work, that type of thing, to actually load, put a little bit of resistance by chucking the drag factor up. Okay. And that's what we're going to do today. So for people, they design the machine so that people could use it as a weight trainer as well as like that resistance training. And so ultimately, if you don't get out about and do like weights and other bits and pieces, sometimes this can really help because we can load ourselves to a point that our bodies can handle. Okay, and it does stimulate a little bit of muscle growth. If you incorporated something like this every week into a program or just added some resistance every couple, it is a really, really great way of just having that little bit extra on top of what you're doing. Okay, so we don't go ridiculous in the drag. Okay, so we don't need to ramp it all the way up to 10. It is a very personal preference. Okay, I've put a little bit of guidance on the side. So while we're doing a bit of a warm up, if you want, just chuck it on to the drag factor setting for the first couple of minutes for the warm up, and we'll just do a bit of warm up, get into it, and find out where 30 drag and 40 drag actually is on your numbers. Okay. Um, and so when we're doing these pieces, we're going to do like these 4-minute pieces. Okay. We're going to do two at each level. So the first one's going to be just with normal drag, 20, 22. Okay. 2 minutes at each. Just really getting onto our rhythm, getting onto the flow. Okay. And that'll be the majority of us warming up like while we're doing the piece. Okay. So just steady state, good aerobic stuff. Okay. And then the second two pieces will be 2 minutes, 2 minutes at 22, 24, and we'll raise the drag by 30. Okay. So in the warm up, find out where 30 is and we'll raise it. Remember, play it by ear as well. So if you feel like you want to load it a little bit more, go up. If you feel like it's a little bit too much from what you're used to and it's a little bit uncomfortable, just keep it at like 20 drag or something. Okay. Um, and then the third lot, which is two at 211, it's at 22, 24, 26. And for those ones, we'll go up the drag again. Okay. So I've got a guide here of about 10. So find out where that is, play it by ear as well, as I say, just to get and figure out and understand for yourself what you think is a good step up. And then the last one, we go back to it being normal. Okay, so because we've had the load, we've loaded the body a little bit, okay, for that sort of 16 minutes in the middle. Then we come back down and we do two without any drag on. Well, normal drag, which you're normally doing. And it will feel really quick, really fast. Okay. And so hence why we'll do that one at 24, 26, 28. Okay. To speed it up at the same time. Okay. So it's as simple as that. Will be a bit of fun. But as I say, we'll jump on now. We'll start doing our warm up. And then just as you're doing your warm up, press the drag factor setting on the on your screen. okay, and just get an understanding of what it actually is going to be when you go up to your drag, just so you can get an idea and a number on the side. It's just a number, but it is good and it's quite useful. So if you do go back and do power strokes by yourself, you can adjust things, or you can experiment by yourself. You can be like, look, I'm going to do a whole lot of 1 minute pieces, and I'm just going to increase the drag by 5 or 10 every time. You know, you can get creative in different bits and pieces that you want to do with it. Okay, so it's just good having an understanding of what on your machine, because depending on the dust that's inside there, your drag factor can be slightly different than when you go to someone else's like place or to a gym. You'll probably find that it has to be a little bit higher to get the same drag factor. Okay, hence why if you're going out and about, which we're probably still at home, most of us right now, we'll be using our own machines, but depending on how often we do clean them out, how much dust's around, it gives you a certain number. Okay, and we're working off your number. Okay, it's person. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's start warming up. Enough of my talking, and then we'll get ready to rock and roll. Okay. Loves the coffee. Okay, choice. So warm up as normal, please. Jump on if you want. Row for a little bit. Row for a minute and a half or so. Just getting the bodies loose, warmed, ready to go, and then we can have a play of the drag of what we've got. And then from there, we'll have an understanding of where we feel we need to move it to while we're doing the piece. Because once we've got our form and our technique, okay, we know we work hard, we know we work up a bit of a storm, a bit of a sweat ourselves. Okay, and so remember, when we're loading, we've just got to understand that all we're trying to achieve is just a little bit more stress on the muscles itself. Okay, we want to try and hold the same form. We want to keep that hang. We want to keep that understanding of what we're trying to do when we're moving the machine. But we're just doing it with that higher resistance, which means that muscle groups have to hold a little bit more solidly, a bit more weight to feel that hang. Okay, good. Okay, so have a play now if you need to. Find out, and even just straight away, I've plussed sort of 25 drag, and really just notice that extra resistance. So making sure we don't get tense, we don't overload certain areas, okay? Because ultimately, because we're going to feel heavier resistance all the way through the stroke, we don't want it to be so that it's unsustainable, where we're like, you know what, it's like, we start doing bad habits and bits and pieces, okay? So I know where my drags are for this, so I'll just double check. Here's my plus 40. Okay, come back to find your norm. Okay, and just spend the last sort of 30, 40 seconds. You can even hop out of that, back onto the numbers. Okay, and we're not doing it for the whole time, I think, which is generally, if you want to do some power stroke stuff, you don't necessarily need to do it off the end, but I definitely think we should work into it, which is what we're going to do. Okay, so last little bit here, pushing it down, getting it down towards our numbers. Okay, last 10 seconds. Okay, just like that. Okay, so let's rock and roll. Select workout, new workout intervals time. Okay, 4 minutes on the clock. Okay, 1 minute on the rest. So be ready to rock and roll, just so that we don't set this muck around too much and then have it reset on us before we go. Mine's still flashing on the 1. Get ready to rock and roll. Okay, right, so pressing our check box. Okay, first 2 pieces, good, solid. Let's work up beyond our intensity. 2 minutes at 20, 2 minutes at 22. Okay, right, here we go. Okay, are you ready? Attention, row. Okay, so just getting into that rhythm, feeling that motion. Nice long arms. Okay, getting this good flow, this nice easy feel. Feeling this push, the push, and the swing through the hips. Starting with that hang. Always, as we roll along, really get that understanding of the hands, the feet, and the seat. It's good. Feel the relationship, feel how they move together. One's not moving without the other. So as we push, we have the hang connected, and the seat moves back. So we don't have a disconnect between the feet and the seat, so that we're pushing it down too fast. Okay, good. Remember the smoothness that we're trying to achieve. Around the back, around the front. Okay, up 2. Now. Okay, just remember, just that little bit of acceleration, moving the hand. Just going to pop that intensity up a little bit. So we're not thinking about working harder, because we've got more freedom. The legs go down a little bit quicker. We can get that understanding that that's how the speed's been produced. Okay, good. Feel that hang. Remember that push. Both feet together. Symmetrical. Long arms underneath the armpits. Good. And really feel this metronomic pendulum rhythm back and forward. Work the drive, relax the recovery. Nice. Feel that push. Okay, good. Okay, so that's a really good motion there. Feeling the body's warming up a bit. Breathing's happening. Trying to be consistent in the splits. Okay, good. Right through. Okay, nice. Okay, so good commitment. Okay, just the first piece. But remember, if we've warmed up well, we should be able to hit our numbers, okay? And hopefully by now we've got a really good understanding of what we think we can hold at that 20 rating, okay, for whatever period of time. We've got that understanding, we can get ourselves into a position where we can use our technique to hold it down at that number, okay, and then we get that little bit of an increase onto that 22. Okay, knowing what we can push, knowing our numbers is really important. Okay, if we want to really improve, we've got to get that understanding of what those numbers are so we can work towards them or better them. Okay, here we go. Same again. Okay, so find our rhythm now within sort of 20 seconds. We want to be back on that speed that we know we can maintain with the rhythm. Okay, breathe into it. There it is. Okay. So, remember, we can't just do that speed by pushing hard. We've got to do it smart. Okay, we feel that push, the hang through the core, under the armpits and the lats, down in the lower back. Okay, finding a sequence using all the muscle groups, not just one, not just really loading the back. Okay, so that summation of forces happens from all the firing through the different muscle groups. Okay, feel the push and swing. Nice. Motion. Good hang. Okay, feel within yourselves. How's my breathing? Okay, if you run heart rate, how's it going? Right, up 2 now. Okay, get a feeling for how hard we're working, doing it in the right way, with our focus on technique, but just outside the comfort zone, just a little bit. Okay, we're getting ready to put some additional stress on, just with that drag factor.
Okay. We want to be able to do it and maintain it. Okay, good. So focus the last minute here. Really well on our form. Long arms. Remember, feel like you're pushing away from the handle. Good. Nice. Alright, good rhythm. Good holding, focus, maintaining speed with the smoothness around the front, around the back. Okay, good. Nice. Okay, so should feel pretty warmed up now. Okay, I'm already sweating. Always a good sign. I know I'm in a good place. So remember where your numbers are. So ultimately we're going to be coming back to where we are now. Okay, but for now, it's up our ante. Okay, up to 30 drag. Remember, play it by ear. If you haven't done a lot of drag stuff before, okay, 30 may be a little bit much, but just see what you get to, get an understanding, and remember, this is just it's gonna add a little bit of load, but we've still got the same focus. Okay, here we go. This one's at 22, 24, moving in. Now, okay, so all that's happening is that the air's escaping, a lot faster. Okay, because it's doing that, you just don't feel that acceleration like what we used to have. Okay, remember, resist the temptation to lift. We don't want to be using the backs straight off the front. Really remember, lats, hang, feel the core, lower back. Okay, you won't really feel the handle accelerate to the body. So keep that chain nice and flat. Good. On that plane. Okay, feel the push. Long arms. Feel the swing. Feel that body, how it opens out. It's going to open out, but it will probably feel a lot slower than normal. Okay, it's only because we can't add that acceleration. So using this resistance for our muscles, holding our form. Okay, good. Right, ready to free it up. So just push it a little bit quicker. Take it to 24. Now. Okay, good. So with this little bit of extra freedom, sit back, feel the push. Good. Feel that motion. Okay, great. Keeping this hand movement. Round the finish. Flat and round. Okay, use that load to our advantage. Still holding the relationship. Hands, feet, and seat. Good. Really nice. Good movement. Good motion. There it is. Nice hang. Both feet, feel that push, the pressure. And those armpits, balls of the feet. Stay nice and loose. Leave out the tension. Nice. Okay, so we would have worked a little bit harder. Okay, really nice. So, you know, just by adding that 30 drag, just changes a whole lot of dynamic around our stroke, the profile, the speed of the stroke. Okay, normally we find that the hands are coming through really well, whereas we just don't have that like acceleration through. You know, we still feel that pressure all the way. Okay, hence why it's good to do some power stroke stuff to really get that understanding, so we can try and maintain acceleration and easy speed that we talk about when we've got the drag down. Okay, so here we go, back into it, same again. Yeah, 22. So find our rhythm first. Should probably feel a bit easier than the last one. We get onto the speed. Good. Good motion. Okay, remember, even on this recovery, switching off, hands flow, rolling forward, relaxed in the knees. Okay, in the legs, armpits, really where we've got to have that work-rest ratio. Oh, we feel the tension on the drive, the load. Don't feel it on the recovery. Good. Feel the speed. Feel the rhythm. Nice. Feel that pendulum just rocking back and forward. Remember, don't grab it around the front. Roll in. Compress. Push away. Okay, nice. Really good. Okay, remember, holding our speed. Trying to be consistent. Get your number. Okay, freeing it up. This one. Now, feel a little bit more speed. Good. Hang. And push. Yeah, nice. Feel the rhythm. Motion. Swing. Looking nice and flat. Shoulders loose. Body's opening out through the drive. Remember the sequence as we sit back, how we hit the speed. Nice. Good work. Nice sit back. Feel the push. Feel the rhythm. Yeah, good. Good flow. Nice. Yeah, nice. Good flow. Good hang. Yeah, all right. Okay, nice. So, hopefully you're like me. Heart rate's coming up a little bit. Okay, it shouldn't get ridiculously high. Okay. We might find it just a little bit different because we probably should be, hopefully, without us testing it, we are producing a little bit more in the anaerobic, okay, just because of the heaviness. The muscles aren't just free, we're using all the oxygen. Okay, they're probably screaming out for more, so we are producing and working a little bit harder, okay, but it might not fully feel like it in terms of, I can normally, heart rate might be the same, might be a little bit different. Just have it, play it by ear. Okay, here we go. 22 for 2 minutes. Okay, and remember, my bad, just add that extra 10 to the drag. Okay, so depending on how you felt in that last one, just tap it up with your handle. My bad, talking too much. Okay, feel that load now. Okay, it's going to feel different. Heavier again. Stroke slower. But trying to find it here at 22. Okay, so it shouldn't be out of control. The reason we do it down at this rate to start with, get our form right, and then we'll increase the rate. Just a little bit more stress. Okay. Feel the core. Okay, good. Nice hang. Armpits. Yeah. Open out body. Feel that hang. Right down through the lats. Should give us a good understanding. We'll get it right around that hang. Okay, up 2. Now. Okay, we have to pivot a little bit more. Hands around. That's it. Okay, that drag. Bit of spice to it. It's really holding us back from accelerating. So, engagement, freedom. Remember, still don't have to hammer it to the body, just brush. Handle touches and around. Long arms. Okay, ready, up 2. Okay, we're going to have to push it a bit. This one. Now. Nice. Have to give it that little bit more on the legs. Have to be able to make the drive a little bit quicker. How to generate. Hands around. Don't want to make it unnatural. Good 30 seconds. Nice. Breathe. Relax the face. Tension out. Nice, 10 seconds. Okay, good. So, see the difference? Even that extra bit of drag. Sorry, I was away talking too much. Forgot to take it up. So hopefully you guys were paying attention and did it yourselves. Okay, but good. So, as I always say, evaluate, was it too heavy? Okay, or do you think you could test yourself a little bit more? Change the drag accordingly. I'm not going to tell you what to do with it. Okay, have an understanding of yourself. Try things. Okay, push the limits. The only way we find out about ourselves to get better. Okay, same again, 22, 24, 26. Moving in. Now. So getting to that whole speed opening out. Nice. That's it. Motion. Yeah, good. Nice push. Nice swing. Really good. Yeah, good. Feel that motion. As we press the feet, remember that. Feel like we're pushing the machine away from us. One smooth pressure in the legs, hanging in the armpits, opening out together. Good. Okay, nice motion. Okay, feel that. Feel yourselves. How slow and long this drive time feels. Okay, because of that resistance. Okay, breathe into it. Hold the speeds that you're creating. Hit this. An exercise. Don't be afraid. Push it out a little bit further. A little bit more speed. Okay, here we go. Up 2. Now. Feel that rhythm. A little bit more forced. Over the arms. Feeling that draw. Right in. Remember, this is the last one with any power on us. Push it to the limits a bit. Okay, it's going to feel awesome. When we nail this, we go back to normal. Chalk and cheese. Good. Both feet with me. Hang. Long arms. Feel the motion. Ready? Up, 2. This one. Now. How that weight. How to make it move. Feel the pressure. Feel the push. Good. That's it. "30 seconds. Commit to the drive. Commit to the hang. Feel that. Sit back. One. Push. All the way. One more. Yeah. Okay, good. Nice. So that's it on the drag front. Okay. So you can move that back down to normal. Okay, really good. So when we start off this one, really just going to notice the speed and how easy and accelerated it feels. Okay, so using all the bits and pieces, you're going to have to feel the engagement around the front. Okay, remember, using this less drag as our system. Okay, 24 for 2 minutes. 24 should feel relatively easy. Okay, there it is. Okay, feel how quick that feels. So, moving around the front, around the back. Don't focus too much on the speed yet. Just get our motion. Go in and commit to the same sort of pickup and feeling we had with the high drag. Okay, so we're still committing to the drive, but we're getting the acceleration for it. Good. Okay, these are the last 2 pieces. So really commit to hitting some numbers. Push your limits. Good. Around the front. Roll in. Hang away. Go to the push. Okay. Press. Both feet. Armpit hang. Nice. That's it. Good motion. Okay, here we go. Up 2. Now. Okay, feel that push. Okay, through this minute. Remember, sit back. Motion. Efficiency. Hang. Good. Yeah, nice. Okay, good. Feel that acceleration. Body motion through the middle. Okay, I'm keeping my arms nice and long. Free it up. Last minute. Okay, tap it along. Now, nice. Okay, so using that as if we had that resistance. Same commitment. Feels so more accelerated. Nice long stroke. Good rhythm. Feel the hand. Compress both feet. Very nice. Last couple. Okay, good. So, such a different feeling. Okay. We had the rate up. Okay, committing to the speed. Just really getting an understanding for trying to do the same pressure and push that we had previously, but just how different it feels, okay, by not having that drag. Don't worry about the numbers, because ultimately it's going to be easy to push a number with drag factor, okay, but it's also not sustainable depending on your size. Okay, big strong people, yeah, high drag, pump it along. Short pieces like this, you're perfect. Long periods, okay, 24. Remember, this is our last piece, okay, so it's 4 minutes, getting it right, using what we've done today to really top this off, okay. So, let's break it down. Flat draw, brush the body, hands away. Lead the body forward, soft knees. Good. Okay, that's our rhythm. I'm not going to change that as we go through the rates. Just going to speed up. Okay. Work the focus around the front turn. Okay. Feel this compression with the setup. Natural seat underneath. No overreach. Hang. Push away. Okay, good. There it is. Picking up the flywheel. You felt what happens when it slows, how heavy it becomes. Pick it up now. Stay on top of the speed. Stay in front of the flywheel. Okay, good. Right. 26. Now, freedom. Around the back. Yeah, good. Feel the drive. Commit to the push. Okay, now breathe. Nice. Feel that motion, that pendulum, metronomic, holding the speed, minimal fluctuation. staying loose. Okay, here we go. Last minute, tap it up. Now, so good. Commit to the drive, the push. Nice. Feel that rhythm. Okay, you can feel that speed. Tap it along. Top of the flywheel. Stay loose. Stay relaxed. Good. All the way. Keep it going. Nice. Good. Okay. So let's check in. We're still here. Okay, we are still here. Okay. My phone crashed. Thought I'd lost you. Okay. So warm down. Okay, but really, really good session. Okay, it's another nice, easy one. Well, when I say easy one, it's not too long with big differences, okay? We've just got to get understandings, okay? The easiest way to learn our technique is to make small changes with our rhythm, okay? Just press the menu button. Just save that into your memory bank and go have a look at it, okay? You can see the difference between like the second and third set, okay? Or the fourth and fifth set. Fifth and sixth set. Okay, but the idea of that today was just about feeling that high drag and just what it does, and not having too much time. Okay, at each place, 2 minutes is good numbers. Okay, if you do long series of like drag factor stuff with significant amount of increase, you know, I would try potentially and stay away from making it too long. Okay, so if you want to create something yourself, if you want to do it for sort of a singular period of time, probably try not to stick too far away from sort of the 6 to 8 minutes, okay, with significant, because ultimately what you're trying to do is raise the drag to just manipulate the body, okay, but at the same time you want to be able to go back and feel what it feels like on an everyday basis, okay? And this is why that drag factor question comes up all the time with people, because if you're just someone wants to do high intensity training, that type of thing, there is nothing wrong with having it high, feeling the tension, because yes, if you're just going to be doing short pieces and you're not going to look at the bigger picture or use this as a really good cardio tool, then you can have the drag a little bit higher, because yes, it will give you a better number, okay, but only for that short period of time, okay? You try and do a 2K with the drag as high, you know, at 40 plus, it will wear the hell out of you down unless you're strong enough to be able to maintain that at a lower stroke rate, okay, and just be able to do it for your ability, okay? And that's what we always talk about between power and rate, okay? And somewhere here you find your equilibrium, okay? And the big strong people that have high drag, their power's here and their stroke rate's here, okay? So they're at the other side of that whole spectrum that we talk about. But really good tool. Remember, be creative if you're going to do something like that. I would suggest that if you're solely using the rowing machine for a lot of your fitness work, that type of thing, throw different types of sort of power stroke stuff in every now and again. Okay, even if it's just doing sort of 4 8-minute sets at low rate, even if they're at 20 or 22. Okay, make the second one or make the third one and just plus it sort of 10 drag. Okay, and that will give you just a little bit of feeling about that pickup. Okay, that type of thing, and just give you a better understanding. And then if you want to do high stuff, be creative. Okay, but just have an understanding of moving through drag. Okay, to load. You know, rather than when you're going to jump on and just automatically throw it up. Just remember, you've got to warm that body into it, okay? Because if we've been doing so much of our stuff low rate, plodding along, trying to find our really good form at a sustainable speed, sustainable rate, that type of thing. If we did just ram it straight up and get straight into a piece, just remember, let the body build into it, okay? Because it is slightly foreign, okay? Crikey, I'm steaming today, okay? It must be cold. Okay, but really good, okay? Just another one for the books. I think I did say a couple months, well, maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, we were going to do another drag session. And so just throwing that one out there, okay? So it is an underrated, I think I say that every time I'm on here, it is an underrated thing that people don't use a lot, but it is just teaching and getting an understanding about how the drag does work and how to find out about yourself as well. You know, for a while there, I had my drag down sort of 5 points from what I've normally been doing. And it actually felt a little bit easier for me to try and just really get the acceleration of my stroke. Okay, so because for a while there, I think I was doing a lot of training. I was doing all the program for asensei, and it was wearing me down quite a bit. Okay, because it was hard work. We were doing a couple of sessions a day. So ultimately, taking the drag down just a little bit just helped it a little bit more sustainable. Okay, and probably because I don't feel as strong as I used to or once did. But I know that I can build that back into it over time, just by having a little bit of a play every now and again with different parts of the machine, just to get a better understanding. Okay, and that's the thing. If you're not feeling it, you've had big weeks, all that sort of stuff. There's nothing wrong with just dropping the drag down 5 or so, whatever, when you go to do a training session. Okay, just remember, just look after yourself. And understand that the resistance is not set in stone for anyone. You know, you can set it anywhere you want. So it's just getting a really good understanding of what your body's and how it all works. Okay, which is perfect. Awesome. Gerard, everyone. Troy, like swinging 2 baseball bats. Yep, absolutely. Great session. Got second COVID vaccine on Friday, so a bit low. So should we try to work a session like that once a week, or what do you suggest? Yeah, it really just depends. Like, if someone was going to give you like a running program to do like a marathon, right? They'll go, we're gonna do this day and this next day. You know, we're gonna run at this pace or whatever it is. You know, or we need to do some fartlek stuff. So, you know, a minute a little bit faster and then a couple of, 5 minutes a bit quicker. So it really all just pins around that, but we have the ability to just put the resistance into what we're doing. And so absolutely it would be good. And the other part that you can do with it as well is when you go up and do like a workout like this, right? You could do 8 4-minute pieces, but what you could do is just do 1 at the first one, okay, then go plus 20, plus 30, plus 40. And then on this one here, you could actually go to normal speed, normal drag for the first one. And then you could almost do like minus 20 for the last one, okay, and really get an understanding of what that speed feels like, okay. And then ultimately, if you played around with it again and made it sort of, 9 3-minute pieces or something like that, then you could potentially do like 1 at that, so go normal drag minus 20, then back to normal or something like that. So you're getting both worlds out of it. You're getting both the resistance world, but the eccentric world out of it. So you're getting that real fast speed at the same time. Okay, and we used to do a little bit in weights training where you'd load with bungees, really hot, like trying to jump off the ground with these big bungees hooked down onto the ground. So it's really hard to get up. And then you turn them around and you just get real high, real fast speed. So it's just the ability, like you probably need to talk to a strength and conditioning trainer about the alternate resistance eccentric work. But that's sort of the given, and that's how you could use this machine as well. But there's not a lot of stuff around for this unless you had a rowing specific physiologist. And I talk to one quite often about different stuff. And so it is really, because it is quite niche, I will say. There's not a lot of people around that do it, but it's just like I'm giving ideas and tips for people so they can just go out and have a go at it. So yeah, once a week would be fine. Put it into a day where if you're gonna do 2 training sessions a day or whatever you're trying to do, you can do this and then just do something light in the afternoon. Whether it's not even doing anything, it's going for a walk, whatever. That would be the ideal, because if you really get this right, we do load it, okay, and we do put a bit of stress under the muscles, and because we're also rowing at the same time and we're getting the fitness side out of it, you're not only working that fitness consistently. It's not like in the gym where you pump it and it's just heart rate high for a while and then we have big breaks in between. Okay, heart rate's still up at this for good periods of time. So you're getting the best of both worlds, but yes, it should be a reasonably taxing. Okay. Love adding to the drag, really helps for it. Focus on technique. Thanks for keeping it interesting, John. Yeah, and that's the other thing too, guys, as well, is that don't be afraid to use the drag in your everyday training as well. So throwing it in there for, if you're just sitting there for you're doing 3 10-minute pieces, okay, do the first one, and then in the second one, just go through and just tap it up with the handle, a number or something, which is, I think it's probably 10, 15 watt maximum. Okay. And you just feel that pickup. Okay. You feel the difference in, okay, the flywheel is releasing the air quicker. So as you pick up the chain around the front, there is that little bit more heaviness to it. So it is really just getting that feeling of the pickup. Okay. And I've given a few people some advice as well on, if you're going to do like the straight arm exercise, like if you're ever doing like the exercises to just, really work on the lats, and it's the straight arm sort of off the front like this, just really working this type of movement, okay, and then getting that movement through, okay, so getting the simulation of how the legs are driving and the body's opening out, okay. So if you ever do that front arm exercise and you build through that as part of your due process, working on that form, if you were to do that with it, okay, which means that when we're just doing this, okay, the air dissipates, okay, we really do have to feel the connections through the lats, okay, and then as we're opening out, because that air's gone, there's a lot of resistance which just really forces us to hold the form and hold the change that we're trying to get, okay. So every now and again in doing the exercise stuff, which John's completely right, it does help with that technique, okay. So try that. Always here to try and make you guys go better. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy it, okay, love it. We're going to get a little bit more of a July program out, because with the Olympics coming up, I'm going to be a little bit busy doing some bits and pieces, television stuff over here, and some media stuff. So there's going to be a few weekends, I think, where I might not be here. So I'll communicate that with the team. We'll get as much as we can. Whether we have to add it to a different time or a different day, we might be able to do that. Okay, so it might be like an afternoon something on a certain day or whatever. We'll play it by ear, okay? But even if we put one on here, I know we've got good followers come along and do them, so we'll make sure we get something up as a matter of fact, okay? So awesome work, team. Thanks a lot. Keep it up, and yeah, stay safe, social distance, wear a mask, whatever you need to do, get vaccinated. Yeah, do our part, okay? That's how it rolls. Other than that, well done. All the best. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a great week next week. Okay, thank you very much from me and team at Asensei. Peace out.